So there's three key areas that I wanted to focus on. It's three areas I think in which DBS really excels, and that's design, performance, and control. I'll start first with the design because that's obviously the more obvious one. All Aston Martins are beautiful. That goes without saying, and that's something in terms of the design that comes first and foremost in all of our designs. But within that beauty, on DBS, there's a real sort of edge of menace to it. There's something that sort of gives a hint of the power that's underneath, a hint of the potential that this car's got. It's also very much a link back to our motorsport involvement. So with this car, you'll see a lot of links in the design and also in the technology to the DBR9 race car that we've been running in various series. It's been in the. We look at the design. It's got the familiar sort of Aston feel, and you'll see similarities to DB9. But as you go across the car, if you look very closely, you'll start to see some more of the differences. And the design sort of intent behind this, as the designer was working on it, the brief was almost to be sort of a tough guy in a Savile Row suit. So if you think about Daniel Craig in the latest Bond film, the sort of chiseled look, and you start to get an idea of some of the inspiration behind the car. So as you look at the features of the front, it's sort of, the chin here, it's really sort of heightening the fact that we've widened the track on this car. You'll see it low down in front of the bumpers, but also in the fenders, and you see it's sort of quite a hard line across this fender that makes it sort of different to the rest of our car, slightly less flowing. And also, as you look across the car, one of the features that I didn't notice straight away, but it came from time with the car and looking very closely, is you really see sort of the pronounced sort of front fenders here, and across the bonnet you see it almost like sort of an animal ready to pounce. It really sort of again hints at the potential within. You see over down the front, again linking back to the race car, the carbon splitter. That's very much there for not just for cosmetics reasons. That's there to aid the airflow around the front and also give us more downforce. Again, links back very clearly to the race car. The extra vents on the bonnet, again, similarities to the race car. There for a purpose, to draw hot air out from the engine bay and help with the cooling. As you come down the side of the car, you'll see that the way we've done the sills on the car, again, it's sort of emphasising the extra width of the car, and again there to aid airflow down the side of the car, and then right round to the back where we've got the carbon rear diffuser. Again, it's about the airflow, and then on the trunk lid you see this more pronounced flip. So it's all about managing the airflow of the car, the aerodynamics, keeping the car pinned to the road as you're driving at high speed, but very much about sort of just doing what's required from a technical point of view. Right, talked about the design of the car. From a performance point of view, there's two ways in which we've worked on improving the performance of the car. The first by improving the airflow into the engine by revising the cylinder head, smoothing out the airflow within the inlet tracks, changing the sump. We've actually generated an extra 60 brake horsepower out of the car, so it's up to 510 brake horsepower from the engine, 420 pound-foot of torque. And when you look at the torque curve, characteristic of Aston Martin, it's very flat torque curve, so generating a lot of torque from very low down, so very easy to drive. But they've also got that performance there at the top end, where it's up to 510 brake horsepower.
I believe so.
Change in history. Because it seems like you guys are the most British of the British brands now.